Hi everyone, welcome to CCTV Live. My name is Susan Fleischman. I'm the Executive Director of Cambridge Community Television, and I come to you almost every Monday at 4:30 to talk with executive directors of nonprofits. And I'm very, very happy today to have with me Nancy Tauber, who is actually the Executive Director of the Family Policy Council in Cambridge, and Hector Acevedo, who is the manager of Find It Cambridge. And tonight we're going to be talking about Find It Cambridge. So I'm going to start with you, Nancy, because you were there at the beginning.
I was there at the beginning.
So what's the evolution of the whole idea of Find It Cambridge?
So the Family Policy Council recommends policies and programs to benefit children, youth, and families. And actually, it was a couple of years ago when it was the mayor then, Henrietta Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to come up with recommendations to make it easier for families to access all the amazing resources in Cambridge. So we partnered with Code for Boston, and we started interviewing family parents and providers to find out what kind of information they're looking for, where they go to find it, what challenges they have, and some suggestions that they had. So basically, it fell into two buckets. There were some people that they wanted a trusted resource, a person that they could talk to, and to help them find what they were looking for. And then there were a lot of people who just wanted to basically Google it. They just wanted to go online and find it. So that's where Code for Boston came in, and they helped us go through a process of, instead of building it that we were going to build with the community. So we ended up surveying over 1,200 people to find out exactly what they wanted. So we knew that not everybody in Cambridge has access to the internet, so whatever we were going to create had to be responsive to the phone, as well as computers and tablets. We also knew that it needed to be multilingual to meet the needs of Cambridge, and that there had to be somebody that we could call. So the Family Policy Council not only recommended that the city fund the development and design of the site, but they also funded a full-time manager. So Hector's job is to make sure that he's that person that you could call if you have any questions about the site. So it's actually been a pretty long process of designing it and developing it and getting a lot of doing a lot of user testing with parents and providers to make sure that it works for everybody.
So you actually got some help from Google too, right?
Yes. So about a year and a half ago, we applied for a Google Community Grant, and they funded a team of Find It finders. So last summer, we had 12 high school students that were employed through the mayor's program, and they worked on a bunch of marketing materials. So they worked on, we have actually a present for you, a Find It water bottle.
Thank you.
And then they also, they created a bunch of bags, Find It Cambridge bags. So hopefully you're seeing those around town. So that was for you also.
Thank you.
They also partnered with CCTV to create a PSA. So
should we take a look at that?
that would be awesome.
Okay.
So they created the storyboard for it, and then we were able to get some actors who are Cambridge residents to perform in our PSA.
All right, let's take a look.
I wanted my kids to be active and engaged, and I needed to find something for them to do that was professional, affordable, and close to home. But I wasn't in the know. That all changed when I found out about finditcambridge.org. With the help of Find It Cambridge, I can find the best programs for my kids. And I can sign up for activities with just a few clicks. I can do more as a parent. To compare programs and events and find opportunities for every member of the family, I use finditcambridge.org.
Great. That's great. We love it, right?
Yes.
Yes, we
That's
love
awesome.
it. Yeah. I'm just taking it off so other things don't happen over there. So now I know that we don't want to get too technical and everything, but Find It Cambridge is on a Drupal platform.
Yes.
And it was chosen that way because?
Well, we really wanted it to be open source. So when we were working with Code for Boston, that's their whole philosophy is that whatever they create, they try to solve problems that municipalities have through technology that's open source, so that hopefully other communities could have Find It Cambridge. We're looking for Find It Maui or
Oh,
Find It
yeah,
Fiji.
you want to go consult.
Totally.
Yeah,
totally.
somebody has to do
Yes,
it,
yes,
and you are willing to.
We are.
Yes,
We're the
yes,
team. We're
yes,
there.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
call us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, the other reason it's on Drupal also is because so that people can contribute themselves. It's not like Hector's sitting
Yes.
there
Yes.
entering everything,
Right.
right? So,
That's our
Yeah.
philosophy.
So Find It is really all about building partnerships. And so when you build partnerships with community members, you want to empower them to use the Drupal platform so that they can learn how to fish and that they can get adjusted into adding their own information up on Find It, creating an account, and then being able to make sure that the account is up to date and accurate. So we didn't want this just to be another yellow pages where people are just dumping information, but we're holding each other accountable and building and strengthening those partnerships so that families are able to get the most up-to-date and accurate information.
and how many organizations are using Find It right now?
Wow, yeah, so we have about 197 organizations
Uh-huh.
that have created an account and have successfully published their organization and their programs on Find It.
Mhm. I'm just going to pull up Find It here so people can see that
Yeah.
it's very nicely. It's just very nice, simple layout.
Yes.
Right,
So
right.
It's
That's
not
our goal.
And that was the goal, right?
challenging in that sense. And so let's just, if I'm a parent and I'm interested in something for my preschool age.
Yeah, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could do
Mhm.
it that way.
Okay.
You can also head over to the directory.
Uh-huh.
So if you were looking for, say, after school,
Mm-hmm.
you could click on where it says after school and then click again.
Yeah.
And then you can filter it by age. So if you go up to the, well, first, yeah, so
Oh,
if
sorry.
you go up to
Okay.
age, then you could narrow down your search by the, whatever age your child is. So
I
if you
see.
had, a
7-year-old.
yeah. And then you could click on where it says 21 plus.
Yeah.
And then to 8
Good.
years old, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
And then
you
click
could
on
also do, what's, one of the cool features is if you click on location,
Mm-hmm.
there's a map of Cambridge pops
Oh,
up.
that's
So
cool.
just say, I live in,
You could just.
I could just lose the whole thing.
Yeah. You could just.
So the way that we did the filtering is when we were talking to families about what they wanted,
Mhm.
these were some of the features. So you can click on the, if you go up a bit. So just say you live in East Cambridge or the Port, but your kids go to school in North Cambridge.
Hmm.
You could click on any of those neighborhoods you want,
Mhm.
and then it will filter it out. Something else that was really important to Cambridge families was the cost.
Hmm.
So if you click on cost, if you want something that's free
Mm-hmm.
or
Right, or accepts vouchers.
Uh-huh.
so here in those locations for that age,
Yeah.
that's what you would find.
And so a family member could use all the different filters in order to get a much better curated list of results
Mm-hmm.
so that they're not bombarded with the over
whole,
370
yeah.
programs that are on
Mhm.
Find It. And so, but the website is just a tool, but it's really making the connections with someone to help them guide
Mhm.
the conversation and help them find the resources. So we partnered with the Family Resource Center,
Mm-hmm.
CEOC, and the Center for Families, where there's a person that they would be able to talk to in order to find the different resources and programs that they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. So you said 196 organizations
107, yep.
and over 300 programs.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So what have been the challenges, the primary challenges of first of all, getting this started and then actually implementing it?
Yeah, so, we're starting something brand new that people don't really know about. So we've come up with different strategies to reach out to folks so that we want to be inclusive as many organizations to be on Find It, so that, one, people know that it's a trusted source where you can get information, but also that there is information on the website so that people will be able to find things. So we've reached out to folks through emails or through various in-person conversations with people. But, we want to create different avenues for people to learn about Find It. So, starting something from scratch, one of the challenges is make sure people know about it.
And I think it's on, for the provider side, it's on people's to-do list. So sometimes Hector and I will be walking around and people will see us and they'll be like, I know, I need to put it on.
I'm gonna do it.
So,
Yeah.
and for the way for this to work is that if everybody is on it, and if it's the one place where you can find stuff, then that will encourage people to put it on. Something that we're working on is to have organizations have the ability to create their own resource guides. So there's the Middle School Network in Cambridge, and every year they put out a resource guide. They put it out 3 times a year. And instead of the people from the Middle School Network contacting everybody to update their information, if it's all on Find It, it's much easier for them. The Department of Human Services puts out a resource guide. So instead of them reaching out to different programs, they can just go to Find It and get their information. Or if there's a 5th grade teacher that wants to find all of the activities for 5th graders in Cambridge, then they're going to be able to easily create a resource guide from it. So if we could all, if we're all in this together, Cambridge is only 6.5 square miles, but there's so much. So just to make it easier for families would be awesome.
Right. So it's the kind of almost a catch-22. It's like in order for it to be worthwhile, everybody has to use it, and everybody isn't going to use it unless it's really worthwhile.
Right.
So, and in some ways, I think that a team of 2 is very, that's under-resourced, I would think, for something like this, because on the one hand, you're trying to deal with a technology platform, and on the other hand, outreach is critically important. So how are you juggling that?
Well, so we've hired, we have a contract with Leo Bird, who is somebody I met through Code for Boston. So first he volunteered with us, and then he's been, so he's the project manager on the technical side. I now know more than I did a few years ago, but there's no way I could do what, I could not build what has been built. So that's taken care of. And then we have the folks at the city IT department helping us out. And we try to, we're doing this, but also reaching out to family liaisons. Well, we have our whole Find It basic training, and that kind of spreads the word. So,
Right. So
and I think over 200 people.
Yeah. So it's essentially we chat with different community members or organizations within the community to get them to build a foundation on how to use Find It. And then, for example, the community engagement team will then be on the field, on the ground, and then it's a tool for them to use to better serve the families that they're working with. And so, even though it's just a 2-person team, it really is a community, it's a community effort where multiple departments around the city and also for-profit and non-profit organizations that support families who work and play and live in Cambridge. So it's really, it takes a village.
Yes.
So it's that kind of mindset where,
So if anybody has any ideas,
please let us
our
know.
village of spreading the word.
Yeah,
we're always learning.
Totally. And so we train people on how to use their website. We also have a social media strategy where we're creating multiple entry points for people to learn about Find It Cambridge, but really that focuses on celebrating the amazing work that people are doing on the ground that oftentimes gets overlooked. So if you have Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or Instagram, give us a follow. Just search for Find It Cambridge. And then it's a way for people to learn more about Find It, but also celebrate the work that's on the ground.
Are you, are other organizations linking to Find It?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, Lee Gianetti from the city just called before we came because they're putting together a resource card and they want to make sure that Find It is on it. DHSP is putting together their resource guide for the summer, and the back page will be all about Find It. And we're also been partnering with the school department. They've been really receptive and
Yeah.
really supportive and helpful.
Yeah.
I think,
It's been on multiple
Yeah.
newsletters.
yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
it's
We
really...
don't want to become annoying.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
So, well, what kind of traffic are you getting? I mean, I'm assuming you've seen that increase over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's interesting. Since January, we've had over 25,000 page views.
Really?
Yeah. And, you know, when speaking to parents or when being at a community meeting, Find It is coming up organically.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, people are always, you know, thanking us, saying how easy it is to use the website to find information, but also how easy it is to upload and create content on the website. So we're very lucky that we're getting really good traffic, but this is just the beginning. You know, this is just the beginning of really of a much larger movement of creating a network of interconnected organizations in Cambridge.
Right, because the whole goal is to connect the people in Cambridge to all of the opportunities in
Right,
Cambridge.
right.
And this is
Right.
one way of doing it.
Yeah. I've talked to folks, they're like, wow, I didn't know that when this program existed in Cambridge, and then they're like, I didn't know it was free. And yeah.
We were doing a training with the community engagement team, outreach workers, and folks from Center for Families and the literacy ambassadors, and they were. We asked them. We have this like a little scavenger hunt part of the training, and they were like, I didn't know that there were so many free opportunities for teens in Cambridge, and their job is to connect families to these programs, and it's just so great to see people finding things for families that they work with.
Yeah. So this is, you know, in Cambridge we have such an array of resources and a wealth of resources and knowledge, but oftentimes it can get really complex to navigate. And so imagine being a brand new family that moves to Cambridge, or if English isn't your first language. So it's tough being able to navigate all those different systems and networks. And we just, you know, we don't want to replace anybody, but we really just want to make it easier for people to connect to organizations.
So, how you've mentioned other languages? I didn't see that on the website. How's that going to work?
So our first pass is Spanish.
Yes.
And we're going to. It's not there yet.
Okay.
And then all of the information on the actual site will be in Spanish. When people put in their information, that will be in English. What we've really tried to do is have the programs put in as few words as possible. So there's the part where they describe what their program does. Other than that, a lot of it is just the straight information that's on the site. So we're going to look at, as we go further, what are the languages that are used the most in Cambridge.
Yeah.
So working with Cliff Cook and the school department to prioritize what we should do after Spanish.
Yeah. We just want to make sure that the English version
Sure.
and the infrastructure
Yes.
of the website was intact before moving on to, you know.
So
the
that
other
it will literally
demographics.
be a different front. I mean, it'll be the same front page, but in
Things
Spanish.
different.
Right, and it's different. So the static information will be translated.
Yeah.
The rest of the information, like the organization description or program descriptions, they will all remain.
I mean,
in
I know
English.
it'd be great if further down the line we could have everything translated.
Right.
Because it would have to be done manually, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
because if anybody's ever used Google Translate,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
really
it's
tough.
very.
Right, right,
Yes.
But
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
you know, in a
Yeah.
little while that
Yeah.
will.
Well, we have Find It 2.0
Uh-huh.
3.0
Yeah.
plans.
So much,
Yeah.
so much to do.
Yeah.
So, do you have any like success stories that you can really point to at this stage, or is it just like the general excitement, or is there more?
Well, Tina Alou at CEOC was telling me that she was working with I guess it was a childcare provider who she was working on helping her with her taxes. And she said, "Oh, have you heard about this new site in Cambridge? Find It Cambridge. They actually they'll post I think she must have been a family childcare provider. So she could put her family childcare on Find It Cambridge." So we've heard a few of those kind of stories.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of, I've been able to use the website to help find programs for my son and daughter. And those are the success stories.
Yeah.
Numbers are, the numbers are great, but it's really about those stories that are being,
Right.
shared and told, and how Find It Cambridge is being used on the ground.
And then the city manager was telling us that there was a town hall meeting about immigration and LGBT stuff last week, and there were breakout groups, and apparently at a bunch of the different breakout groups they were talking about how Find It is this really great vehicle for people to find resources and learn, resources that they need in those issues. So
That's great.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So, besides languages, do you have other things that you're aspiring to do in the future as this
Yes.
really takes hold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely the resource guides, being able to help organizations, take information and generate their own resource guides for folks.
And also, at some point, people could create their own account on Find It,
Yes.
and then you could save different programs and favorites, and maybe do that thing of, you like this, so you might like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah.
those
So
are
it's like
some
kind of like
ideas.
a Yelp, Airbnb kind of,
Right.
just using all
Yeah.
those kind of
Right,
tools that,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, we are coming to expect from
Yeah.
almost,
Exactly.
and it's so interesting because you'll have a guide like this, which is, I don't want to say you're under resourced, but it's just a
Yeah.
couple people trying to put this together, and people have these expectations of like what these
Right.
huge
Right,
corporations
right,
have, it's
right.
like-
We have some amazing partners within the city who have been really, helpful and influential in terms of, helping us put this product together for families. And, one thing that also we've talked about is if you can create an account and let's say you preset the categories that you're looking for. And so if you're walking around Cambridge and using your geolocation, you walk around a place that you might, be interested in. Let's say you were looking for a STEAM program in Cambridge and their information is on Find It. You walk past the location, you get an alert
Oh, that's great.
on your phone
Uh-huh.
that tells you, hey, you might think about this place. And so using geolocations and also incentivizing people who use the website through an organization called Union Capital. And so you would, create your own account and you could get reward points if you attend a meeting, or you get reward points if you sign up for a program that's listed on Find It Cambridge, and then you can trade those points in for like a gift card or different other prizes. And so we're working on
That's great.
And we're open to any ideas.
well, yeah,
that you have.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is mobile, the site
Yes,
is mobile responsive?
Yes,
That was our
definitely.
main goal.
Yeah, the user experience
Yeah.
is really awesome if you're on a desktop or on a mobile device.
I'm just curious about this for CCTV also, like, do you feel like you're gonna have to make an app at some point, or do you feel like,
Yeah, people have asked that. There's actually, when we were doing one of these trainings with the family liaisons in the school department, they showed us that you can just put the what's it called?
The home screen.
The home screen. You can put it
yeah.
right, find it
You
right
can
on
create
your
a home screen
oh,
icon
really?
on your
Yeah.
mobile device.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I
Somebody's gonna
think
have
that
to teach me how to do
right.
that.
Yeah,
Because I
definitely.
think if we were
Yeah.
going to create an app, we'd wanted to do something more than just lead you to the
Right.
to the
Yes.
site.
information, Right. Right.
So,
Well, I think the notifications are really an
Right.
interesting thing, not only geolocated, but there's been a new listing an organization that you've shown interest in. or
Right,
something.
exactly, yeah,
Push
And-
notifications.
Right, and then also what you can do now is if you see an event that you want to go to, you can add it to your calendar, or you can get a text notification or an email notification.
that's
You just
great.
have to sign up. And then also, yes, we are a small team, but first of all, the city of Cambridge, we are so lucky that
Yeah, so
we're
thankful.
able to hire somebody to work on this full
Yes,
time.
yes.
Is amazing.
Yeah, I can't complain.
No,
yeah. And me neither. And then and also on the site there's there's a spot where you can report an error.
Oh,
So if you just say, you know, you go to CCTV and you call up and the number's been disconnected, which would not happen, you could just click on the top. It says report error or
Reporting any inaccurate.
any inaccurate
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
And then if you just click on any program, then not only will the program get the notification, but we'll also get the notification. So we could follow up with that organization to make sure that they fix the information. So we have anybody who uses Find It can help us out
Yeah,
by letting
yeah,
us know if
yeah,
there's any
yeah.
outdated
'cause
information.
it's an amazing tool for organizations who don't have the capacity or the resources to market themselves online
Right.
and reach a much wider audience.
well, there's definitely long been a need for one-stop shop.
Yes.
for this
Yes,
kind of stuff.
yes. Yeah.
So we've got about another 35 seconds. Is there any last minute, anything that you want to get in that maybe we didn't cover?
Well, we want to thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you for
having
having
us
us.
here today.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, hopefully all of you
Yeah.
will use
Check it
Find
out
On
It,
the
give us
Cambridge.org.
feedback.
Yeah, definitely. Please
Yeah.
give us feedback. We want to
Yes,
continually,
yes.
grow and learn to make sure that the experience is awesome. And if you know of an organization that's not on Find It, we need your help. Connect us. Send us an email connecting us with the organization.
Great. All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you so
and,
much.
Go to finditcambridge.org.
Thank you.